This episode is brought to you by Novilla Mattresses, where comfort meets innovation, giving you the perfect night's sleep you've been dreaming of. Are you tired of tossing and turning all night, struggling to find a comfortable position? Look no further than Novilla Mattresses, the ultimate sleep solution designed with your comfort in mind. Experience the luxury of a good night's sleep with Novilla's advanced mattress technology. Their mattresses are crafted using the finest materials, providing the perfect balance of support and softness. Whether you prefer a plush feel or a firmer surface, Novilla has a mattress that caters to your unique sleep preference. But what sets Novilla apart from the rest? It's their commitment to innovation and quality. Each mattress is thoughtfully engineered to provide optimal spinal alignment, reducing pressure points, and ensuring you wake up feeling refreshed and rejuvenated every morning. Say goodbye to restless nights and hello to blissful sleep with Novilla's cutting-edge cooling technology. Their mattresses are designed to regulate temperature, keeping you cool and comfortable throughout the night. No more waking up in a sweat, just pure, uninterrupted sleep. Worried about allergens and dust mites? Don't be. Novilla mattresses are hypoallergenic and resistant to common allergens, ensuring a healthier sleep environment for you and your loved ones. And here's the best part. Novilla is committed to affordability. They believe that everyone deserves a great night's sleep without breaking the bank. That's why their mattresses are competitively priced, giving you the best value for your money. But don't just take our word for it. Join the thousands of satisfied customers who have already made the switch to Novilla. Even when your mom comes to my place, just know she's getting a great night's sleep, among other things. Experience the difference for yourself and discover what it truly means to sleep like you've never slept before. Using promo code Schweezy or the link in our description, you can save 10% off any purchase you make through Novilla directly. Ready to transform your sleep experience? Visit their website today and choose the Novilla mattress that suits your needs. Your journey to a better night's sleep starts now with Novilla mattresses. And a reminder, when you use our links, you directly support this show. When you want it the most, there's no easy way out. When you're ready to go and your heart's left in doubt, don't give up on your faith, but come to those who believe it, and that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Hello, and what is going on, my fellow Schwoke Lords? What is up? Welcome to yet another episode of TheSchweezy, better known as the Lord's trademark favorite podcast. What is going on, everyone? Today, last week wasn't that exciting, I gotta say. What was it? It was Martin Luther King Day, which obviously some people were like, I am so happy to go into work today because fuck black people. I was like, Jesus Christ. People. I'm like, I don't like Christopher Columbus, but I'm okay with the day off, I don't like what he did, I don't think he's a good person. Do I think he deserves a day? No. Will I take the day off anyway? Yeah, I'll take it. I'm like, seriously though, I don't know if I hate anything or anyone that much that it's like, hey, this day is a celebration of them, and therefore we will not be working today. And I would never be like, fuck that guy, I want to work anyway. I'm like, I don't know. You meet like some people and you're just like, why the fuck, people are like, people want to work. I'm like, no, they don't. No, that is crazy to think like people want to work. I know some people like having things to do and doing stuff, and always need something to be doing, but like working a shit fucking working a job you hate, and we're like, people want to work. No, they don't want to work. People do like take value in the work they do, and I think that's important to remember. It's important to, a lot of people like to take value in the work they do, so a lot of people do want to do a good job. But also at the same time, you could be like, do you want to work? You could probably go to most jobs. I could go to let's go to a customer service call center, and then let's go to every employee and ask them, do you want to work? Assuming you got this paycheck, but you never had to work again. Would you do it? And everyone's going to say fucking yes, because most jobs fucking suck. The goal in life is to find a job, that you can maybe do better than tolerate it, for the most part. But
because the brownie.
But yeah, I don't get people who say they like working. But no, it's been snow day central in Missouri. Was it Monday? Monday we had, it was Martin Luther King Day, which the racists worked, and they were very proud to work on MLK Day, apparently. Like, good for you, you look happy and healthy, not me, if you only care to ask. Tuesday, it was too cold to go to school. Wednesday and Thursday there was school. I had to teach band class on Thursday, and then Friday we didn't have school again. It was too fucking cold. So I don't even know if I have that many stories to tell, folks. You know, how am I supposed to tell stories when I can't live life? I have to be stuck in my home. I've been trying out Zins, dude. Not sponsored, by the way. Also, pretty sure that like there's a good chance that people like Bert Kreischer, Joe Rogan, Tom Segura, those types of people, Tucker Carlson, Andrew Schultz too, they're probably sponsored by Zyn illegally because there's weird rules about advertising on nicotine, but they all keep talking about how great it is on their podcast, and you know, so then I had to try. Obviously, 6 milligrams a little too much for me. I'm not one to do nicotine. But 3 milligrams is really good, and like now I get why people like to have nicotine in their system at all times. So that's cool. Yeah, I really didn't do much last week, and like sometimes you just have a busy week, and so like I opened up Logic today, to open the session to do this, do this recording session of this podcast, and didn't open a song in an entire week. So,
well, damn, Jackie, I can't control the weather.
So, life is my fault. Everything is my fault. I'm the reason for all the problems. It's just like my family always tells me. Just like, we have never done anything wrong in our entire lives. The only person whoever needs to be held accountable for anything is you. So, yeah. So that's, people think I need to have accountability, but they don't have to have it, that's fun shit. Anyways, though, what else? Yeah. It's been like the entire week, like. And, yeah, I have some classes I have to teach this week, which will be exciting. I'm excited to tell you how that goes.
Here's something to think about.
And, yeah, I haven't even really, I've been, like, ordering, when you're not working, you're like, I better buy a bunch of shit, and so I bought a bunch of shit, and, so, yeah, it's fun to watch them. Bought new shoes like a week ago. I can't even remember when I bought, I can't even remember when I bought the shoes, but they have been delayed many of times getting to my home, which I'm okay with because it's not an emergency, but at the same time, just like, it is fun looking at your, like, because I'm the dumbass who likes to look at the shipping tracking information, like, all the time. I'll just check it throughout the day. Like, it's not going to come for another 3 days. And you're like, better check on it, see what's going on. Better see what the situation is going on here. And, yeah, so, waiting on shoes. I want to become a Van shoe person. I've always been a Converse guy. I'm just making the switch. And then hopefully I get the shoes, and then I can give you guys life advice on what it's like switching from Converse to Vans, cool.
Cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff.
But besides that, yeah, it's been a pretty okay week. What should we name this episode? We're going to talk about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in a little bit, so maybe a little chocolate themed, I don't know. Chocolate Lives Matter, dude. That'd be a funny episode. Chocolate Lives Matter. Should I just put the into the notes so I can just make sure we call it Chocolate Lives Matter? Can you recognize my keyboard? There we go. Chocolate Lives Matter. There we go. I finally figured out the name for this episode. So that's rad. And that's cool. And that's awesome.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So, I just wanted to tell you I do have music over under Schweezy, wherever you get your music from. Very cool stuff, so make sure you go check that out. And you know what they say.
Come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
Don't be stingy. Listening to my music, so definitely go check that out. Definitely all the cool stuff you can definitely go check out there. We also have my socials under @TheSchweezy. Wherever you get your socials from, that'd be where you get them from. It'd be @TheSchweezy. We do have Patreon, we have Cash App, we have PayPal. All great ways to say thank you for being a friend, for traveling down this road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. So thank you for everyone helping out there. And that's a great way to help us out if you do want to financially support us and just, generally help out the show, help me out, help out, my music and make this show better and everything in between. So,
I feel like a woman, a real woman.
So make sure you do all the free shit you can do as well. Make sure you're liking the show on YouTube, especially if you're not on YouTube. Subscribe to the show. Leave us a comment. I think we're finally I like the comment sections are busting nuts, as I would say. I don't know if that's the best term to be using, fucking busting nuts. But, yep, we're busting nuts over here at Cancel Schweezy, so definitely go check that out. But if you're on an audio platform, make sure to leave a review and give us a 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1-star rating. So,
What you ready to get fucked up?
because now we get to go into previous week right now. What is previous week right now, you may be asking? It's just the news from last week going over right now. You get it on a Wednesday. I read it on Sunday, so all of last week's news is fresh to me. So,
First of all, ride or die, bitch.
So from the Roy's Report, hello, Julie, one of the best journalists of our day. IHOP KC bans Prophet with ties to Mike Bickle due to sexual misconduct allegations.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
The International House of Prayer, Kansas City, has banned Bob Hartley, a self-proclaimed prophet with close ties to IHOP KC's founder, Mike Bickle, from its prayer room due to recent allegations of sexual misconduct. Based on information we have been presented and verified, Mr. Hartley has been informed he will no longer be permitted to access the IHOP KC prayer room. IHOP KC spokesperson Eric Voles posted on X Monday. We can also confirm he is not on staff at IHOP KC, nor is he a congregant of Forerunner Church. Though Hartley is not an IHOP KC employee, Hartley posted a video of himself recently as last December praying on stage at IHOP KC's prayer room. Hartley also has close ties to IHOP KC and Bickle dating back to founding of the 24/7 prayer ministry in 1999. Also, former and current IHOP KC staff, one of whom served on the board of Hartley's ministry, told the Roy's Report that the reported alleged sexual misconduct by Hartley to Bickle in 2016 and 2022, but Bickle didn't take any action. Wait. Hold on. Let me read this sentence again. I'm just going to fucking read this little bullet point I have here. Also, former and current IHOP KC staff, one of whom served on the board with Hartley's ministry, told the Roy's Report that they reported alleged sexual misconduct by Hartley to Bickle in 2016 and 2022, but Bickle didn't take any action. Okay, never mind. I thought maybe I'm reading this wrong. Maybe I just read things wrong. Sorry, Julie. But from what it looks like is this guy tried to butt fuck Mike Bickle. And I got to say, that's hilarious. I'm just saying, if you're like a guy who is a serial sexual assaulter and then a guy sexually assaults you, I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying there's some karma there. I'm not trying to say bad things. I'm just saying let karma do its thing, Let's move on. Bickle, who's facing allegations he sexually abused multiple women over several decades, told the Roy's Report that he doesn't know of any report from 2016. Bickle said he recalls a dispute between Hartley and a woman in 2022, but added that at that time, Bickle was no longer leading IHOP KC and Hartley was not on staff. The most recent allegations against Hartley were published earlier this week on Facebook by former IHOP KC leader Michelle Seidler. One post included a text by an alleged victim saying Hartley had extremely forceful sex with the woman after she resisted Jesus him for Jesus Christ, dude. The Seidler, sorry if I'm saying her name wrong. If you're a victim, I'm sorry for saying your name. If you're not the victim, if you're like the perpetrator, I am not apologizing for saying your name wrong. I just wanted to let you know that. Seidler also published an account by an alleged victim claiming Hartley used promises of prophetic words to initiate private meetings with her. And Seidler published a video of Hartley apparently soliciting sex from a woman. Seidler wrote that in a text, Hartley asked how much money she wanted and said he would put the money in a bag for her and meet her wherever she wanted. Seidler, who told the Roy's Report she's also one of Hartley's victims, said she's lost count of the number of women who have contacted her in the last few months about Hartley's inappropriate behavior. She added that she's in contact with a dozen women in substantial stories of sexual harassment or assault by Hartley from 2016 to now. Hartley did not respond to the Roy's Report's multiple requests for comment. However, in two different rambling videos messages posted to Facebook this week, Hartley admitted to some mistakes but denied he sexually assaulted. He also offered various explanations for the video, like his social media being hacked and using Adderall to cope with his divorce. Hartley also admitted he has no boundaries and said he has had consensual relationships with strong ladies who wouldn't allow me to push them and pressure them. Hartley at one point blamed the situation on witchcraft. There we go. Made up shit. And he complained that people are criticizing him for his support of Bickle, calling Hartley Mike Bickle's number 2. But I just had needs to be held, Hartley said. I just love you all. The allegations against Hartley follow a tumultuous few months at IHOP Kansas City. Not only has Bickle been accused of sexual misconduct, but alleged victims have also accused IHOP Kansas City of mishandling past reports of sexual misconduct by other IHOP Kansas City employees. IHOP Kansas City has commissioned a third-party investigation into the allegations against IHOP KC and Bickle, and recently admitted the organization has likely mishandled some reports of misconduct. They've likely mishandled some reports of misconduct. They've likely mishandled. Yeah, we're pretty sure we probably fumbled the ball here, folks, on how we handle sexual misconduct. How did we fumble the ball here? Oh, yeah, we ignored it and tried to get it to go away. That's how we fumbled the ball. Instead of taking accountability for our actions, we decided to just cover it up and try to get it to go away. That's how IHOP Kansas City likes to deal with their problems. But this article, I don't think, is fully against IHOP Kansas City. They've created a system for abusers. They did create that system, and they are the ones at fault. And for you know who I would, I think, you know what, maybe IHOP Kansas City shouldn't exist.
Let's go full throttle.
Let's go full throttle and just like stopping them, because apparently, if let's talk about it this way. If your job or a business, if a business, had all this shit, you're like, yeah, the CEO of the company, he'll try to fuck anything that moves, yeah, that guy, it would be bad because, as much as they can try to cover up lawsuits, sometimes they're sloppy and sometimes people can get good lawyers, too. You're like, they can get information you didn't think was possible. So it's crazy. So and I've been kind of, we're following IHOP Kansas City week to week here on this show. And, they're going back and forth in between, hey, we want to put Mike Bickle behind us. We're ashamed of what happened here. We're trying to do better. They have that side, which would be the side we would all like them to be on. But then there's this other side of IHOP Kansas City where they're just like, yeah, you're going to get fucking raped here. You're going to get raped. And guess what? It's the Lord's will. So, they have like two different mindsets. And I think I think what needs to happen here, I mean, like, obviously, fucking Harley. I think I saw he's from, like, maybe he has a ministry in Blue Springs, Kansas City, which is just like a suburb. It's the Midwest. It's all suburbs. Like, the black people live in the actual city. You know, us whites, we live in the suburbs. Yeah, though. So, I mean, the way I want to, finish this, talking about this, is if someone says they're a prophet, they're like, I have a prophecy from God, and I don't care what you believe, because, like, I definitely would like you people to be, at least the good Christians, not like bad Christians, aka Christians, for the most part, because there's a lot of good shit you guys can be doing, but when people are just like being like, I'm a prophet and God spoke to me, I'm like, no, he didn't. Because God, reality is God doesn't exist, probably. And he doesn't speak to anyone. And so when someone's like, I received word from God, like, they are lying, and guess what? They usually are trying to scam people. Guess what? They're always like, oh, I have this, like, thing I need more money for, they always need money somehow, it's very weird and convenient, and there it is again, that funny feeling, I don't know. But, yeah, so I thought Mike Bickle was bad. Jesus, Bob Harley's almost worse. Dude, a man worse than Mike Bickle, dude. Mike Bickle, evil Chris Columbus, as I like to say. Not Christopher Columbus. Chris Columbus, the director of, like, Harry Potter and Home Alone. Dude, call me your tits. This is from news.com.au, which I've learned is just Australian news. They just have like one thing. It's a small island. Robert Irwin left embarrassed over mom Terry's X-rated remarks.
That's rough, buddy.
Robert Irwin was left mortified on stage over the weekend after his mom made an X-rated joke in front of a live audience. Terry Irwin's saucy joke about her late husband, Steve Irwin, left her son in a state of shock while the pair were on stage together at the VMX 2024 Veterinary Conference in Orlando, Florida over the weekend. During their presentation, Terry overheard a fan in the audience admitting they have a Steve tattoo, which sparked the star into making an X-rated gag. It seems like there's more than one person who has a tattoo of Steve, and I was really impressed. I don't have a tattoo of Steve, she said. I have a tattoo that says Steve was here. I don't think I can show it to you. As the realization of what his mother had just said to him, Robert doubled over and held his head in his hands in embarrassment. As he urged Terry to change the subject, he yelled, anyways, all right. Meanwhile, Rob recently gushed about how much he's been enjoying his life lately, and it's all thanks to a special woman in his life. He told news.com.au at the GQ Awards in November that Rory Buckey helps make things that much sweeter. All right, Australian accent. Hello, mate. I think life is awesome for me in single seconds of every day, said the TV star, but when love is part of life, every single thing is so much sweeter, so much nicer, and you take that time to enjoy every single moment. We are extremely happy. Irwin, who recently celebrated his 20th birthday, god damn, he's only 20, went out to share how he celebrated his big day and about how he feels about no longer being a teenager. I've always been lavished gifts, gushed the wildlife warrior. It was a lovely day spent with the entire fam. I was very spoiled, very lucky. Entering a new decade is a weird feeling. Being a teenager for these last 9 years, it's just strange waking up at 20. I'm so excited, but I'm thinking like, are my joints going to stop again? I don't know if it's weird, but I like it if it's cool. Later on in the night, Irwin took to the stage to accept an award which he decided to dedicate to both his beloved parents while sharing his sadness for his father. Steve couldn't be there to celebrate with him. All right. Steve Irwin died either 2006 to, I want to say 2007, but I think it's 2006. I don't want to look it up either. Because I remember where I was. I was on the couch. I was just on the fucking couch. I just remember you just see it. It was before smartphones, so I remember seeing it on the television. So that's how I figured. That's how I learned Steve Irwin died, and it was a stingray. And we're like, I want to see that video. I haven't seen the video. FYI, I haven't. I think there's video. Yeah, it could video it out there. I don't know where it is. Yeah, that was a long article to just say, Steve Irwin's wife, Bindi. No, Bindi's his sister. And you're like, his sister is cute. She's married. Very pretty, though, But then you're like, she's pretty. And then you're like, oh, but you're going to have to, like, we're probably going to have tarantulas in the house. And I'm like, I'm out, Like, I'm cool with animals. Like, dogs and cats can be in the house. Little rodents can be in cages. Fish can be in water, But, like, there's a limit to how much I'm gonna be like, I want this in the house. Like, I don't know if I'm a reptile guy. I don't think I'm a reptile guy. I don't think I want reptiles in the house. And I think dating Bindi would do that. So Terry's his mom's name. And I think I'm not gonna say she's single. It's been like, no, Steve Irwin's been almost gone for like 20 years. God damn. I remember the Crocodile Hunter movie, and I was like, this is boring. But also, you're just like, this guy's fucking out of his mind, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, he is an animal expert, though, but, like, he was called the Crocodile Hunter. And that's the reason I don't want to be in Florida. You're just like, oh, one day you're just going to be like, I need to take out the trash. And then all of a sudden, oh, my God, a fucking dinosaur. I'm out. That's how I'm out. I don't know how you people in Florida deal with it. Oh, yeah, because you're all out of your goddamn minds. That's how you're all living in Florida. I've seen the fucking news reports. I've seen that shit. Don't act like it didn't happen. But anyways, though, I would also like to put a tattoo on Robert Irwin's mom that says property of Schweg, or property Schweg. That'd be a fun joke. How old? We're gonna have to look up how old Robert Irwin is, because his dad died 2006, 2007. Irwin, 2003. Okay, so he was barely existing. That's rough, because he probably doesn't remember his dad. Yeah, his dad died in 2006. Okay, I remember. Okay. He was only like 3 years old when his dad died. That's rough. Bindi Irwin. I just want to look at that page. She's still married? Yeah, she's still married. Also, like I said, I don't want tarantulas in my house. I like animals. I just don't want like a fucking tarantula in my house. Like, spiders are already in your house, and like whether you want them to or not, they're just there, And yeah, crazy stuff. That wasn't anything important. I just wanted to laugh at that or whatever, All right, let's move on to our last article. Once I scroll down to it and find it, and can say this. Oh, we're talking about Green Day. It's from the Rolling Stone. Green Day to play Dookie and American Idiot every night on Summer Stadium Tour. Green Day will celebrate the 30th anniversary of Dookie and the 20th anniversary of American Idiot by playing both landmark albums in their entirety on their Summer Stadium Tour with Smashing Pumpkins, Rancid, and the Linda Lindas. What a fucking moment it's going to be, Green Day bassist Mike Dirnt tells Rolling Stone. We've never done anything like this before, and there's a really good chance we'll never do it again. Dirnt estimates it'll take about 90 minutes to play both albums. We'll then have to have about 35 to 45 minutes to throw down on other stuff. He says, and production-wise, doing these albums lends itself to some amazing possibility. Green Day played Dookie straight through at England's Reading Festival in 2013, and again last October at Full Fremont Country Club in Las Vegas. It took them a little over 40 minutes both times. American Idiot clocks in at nearly an hour on record, though. Now, at the moment, they don't know if they'll start the show with Dookie or American Idiot. We'll still need to put our heads down to do real work to figure that out. Durant says, before every tour, we do a lot of pre-production, a lot of thinking about how it should look and feel and sound because it really matters to us. That's the fun, but it also really keeps us on our toes. The set will also contain songs from their new LP Saviors, but the band never leaves a concert stage without breaking out their classics. When you play songs like She, Basket Case, or Welcome to Paradise live, it's a whole different energy, Durant says. It completes the circuit. There's this energy that happens with the crowd in you. We love playing those songs. It's as exciting to us as us playing songs live. Durant is also looking forward to a chance to reconnect with the Smashing Pumpkins this summer. I look back at some of their songs with nostalgia. He says, when we first got big in 1994, we joined Lollapalooza. They were headlining, and for both of us to still be around and still be vital, it's huge. Tour kicked off on June 29th at National Park in Washington, D.C. It wraps up September 28th at Petco Park in San Diego. Prior to that, Green Day are playing at full mix of festivals and headlining gigs in Europe. They're also playing a special Sirius XM show at New York's Irving Plaza on Thursday night, just hours before the dropping Saviors. Okay, so yeah, I am so excited. I think I think we talked about this last week if you listen to the advice section, but I think I've said like American Idiot was probably one of the first albums I ever just really loved front to back. Probably the second album. Yeah, it would be the second album. I was thinking about the Lion King soundtrack. I'm like, I didn't like every song on the Lion King soundtrack. So that's like really exciting because like I remember, so when I was a kid, when American Idiot came out, you were still buying CDs. Like iTunes existed, but like I was a kid and like you don't have like a debit or credit card when you're a kid. So like you get cash and you have to go to a store and buy albums with cash, you know. That's what happens when you're a kid. And before the digital age really took off and shit like that. So, you know, you listen to American Idiots, you fucking love that shit. Then I bought the Green Day International Super Hits. Then I bought Dookie. Then I bought Nimrod. Then it's not. Is it Insomniac? Yeah, that album. Then I bought Warning, which Warning's underrated and stuff like that. And then you eventually get American Idiot. And I remember, and I feel like Saviors. If we're gonna talk about Saviors, their new album for a second, I do want to say. Saviors sounds like a combination of Warning, American Idiot, and 21st Century Breakdown. And I don't hate it. I really enjoy it. And I'm excited for kids in my classes to get to listen to the new Green Day album. I hope they're excited for that shit. But Dookie front to back, because like Dookie, though I'm not a big fan of the production on it, I think it's just did not age. The production of it didn't age well, but like the vibes and the songs, my favorite track, and it's crazy to say Burnout is my favorite track off Dookie, which is the first song. It's like, you didn't think any other songs after that were that good? I'm like, I don't know. They are, but I declare I don't care no more. Burning up and out and going bored in a smoked out burning room. Like, that fits so well on a CD and a cassette. And I will say, a vinyl record too. Like, that was the time for that. It's so exciting. So, will I try to attempt to go to this show? Yes. Will I? That's for the future me to find out, and for me to say,
I identify as a fucking threat.
FNX Fitness, the ultimate destination for fitness enthusiasts looking to reach their peak performance and achieve their health goals. Are you tired of the same old fitness routines that leave you feeling uninspired and unmotivated? Look no further than FNX Fitness, where they bring a fresh and innovative approach to your fitness journey. At FNX Fitness, they believe that true fitness goes beyond just physical strength. It's about nourishing your body and mind and soul to unlock your full potential. That's why they offer a wide range of high-quality supplements and products designed to support your active lifestyle. Fuel your workouts and enhance your recovery with these scientifically formulated supplements. From pre-workout energizers to post-workout recovery blends, FNX Fitness has you covered every step of the way. Their products are carefully crafted using premium ingredients, ensuring you get the nutrients you need to perform at your best. But FNX Fitness is more than just supplements. It's a community of like-minded individuals who share your passion for fitness and well-being. Join their supportive community and gain access to expert advice, workout tips, and motivational content that will keep you inspired and on track towards your goals. They understand that fitness is a personal journey, which is why they offer a wide range of products to cater to your individual needs. Whether you're a seasoned athlete looking to take your performance to the next level or a beginner taking your first steps towards a healthier lifestyle, FNX Fitness has the tools and resources to support you every step of the way. But don't just take my word for it. Join the thousands of satisfied customers who have already experienced the FNX Fitness difference. Transform your fitness routine and unlock your full potential with FNX Fitness. And using our code in the description, you can save 15% off your order from their website. Ready to take your fitness to the next level? Visit their website on your nearest retailer today and discover the power of FNX Fitness. Elevate your performance, fuel your passion, and become the best version of yourself with FNX Fitness. And a reminder, when you use our links, you directly support this show. Cash App, the easiest way to send, spend, and save money with just a few taps on your phone. Are you tired of dealing with the hassle of carrying cash or waiting in long lines at the bank? With Cash App, you can say goodbye to those inconveniences and hello to a seamless financial experience. Sending money to friends and family has never been easier, whether you're splitting the bill at dinner, paying your share of rent, or simply sending a birthday gift. Cash App lets you transfer money instantly, directly from your bank account. No need to worry about writing checks or handling physical cash anymore. But Cash App doesn't stop there. It's complete financial ecosystem right at your fingertips. Use the app to easily pay for your morning coffee, groceries, or even your monthly subscriptions. With just a simple scan or tap, you can make purchases at millions of locations, both online and offline. And here's the best part. Cash App helps you save money too. With its innovative Boost feature, you can unlock exclusive discounts and cashback rewards at popular retailers, restaurants, and even your favorite services. It's like having your own personal saving assistant, always looking out for the best deals. Worried about security? Cash App has you covered. With top-notch encryption and advanced security features, your financial information is always protected. Plus, if you have ever had any questions or concerns, Cash App's dedicated customer support team is available 24/7 to assist you. So why wait? Join millions of satisfied users and experience the convenience, speed, and savings that Cash App brings to your financial life. Download the app today from your app store and start sending, spending, and saving money like never before. Luckily, the best part is, if you sign up using the link in the description, you get a free $5 just for signing up. That's literally just free money. So join Cash App today. The future of money is here. And when you use our links, you directly support this show. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. There will be hot goth girls with big titties. Or however the song goes, I don't know. Today on Cancel Schweezy, we're really straightened back into movie reviews. I figured out how to do them. I figured out how to be more efficient with them. Now we can go back into doing them again. So,
Because
apparently movies are hard to talk about. So let's talk about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory while the Wonka franchise is still somewhat being popular from the Timothée Chalamet movie, which I gotta say though, I think Timothée Chalamet is a great actor. You know, nothing bad against his work. I don't have any complaints about how he works, but I do think he's kind of cool because the rumors I heard are that he fucked his way through NYU college acting or whatever. And I gotta say, if it was all consensual, respect. But if one of them wasn't consensual, no respect at all. I don't know. I think, guys, I don't know. Something's cool about having a lot of consensual sex. Consensual, the word here, folks. There's something cool about consensual sex. You know what I'm saying? Do we have the right one?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But let's talk about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. We're not talking about the Tim Burton Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which, as you know, because apparently Roald Dahl did not like this adaptation of the movie. The one I think is a classic, just a cinematic classic. he would have preferred the Tim Burton one, because the Tim Burton one was just was more accurate to the book and the ideas of the book, but there's just some fucking wrong things about that version. So we're talking about the good one. And also Gene Wilder, okay? Gene Wilder is it's crazy to think that like the year, you think about the year this movie came out and you're just like, "Oh, Gene Wilder was funny back then." Like, and he was funny up until the day he died. Funny guy. If you haven't watched Blazing Saddles, first of all, what's wrong with you? You need to watch Blazing Saddles. Just watch anything Gene Wilder's been in, just because like that dude is just fucking hilarious. Like, he's hilarious, and he's the kind of hilarious that like as time passes on, his comedic genius aged well, and like you just like look at that stuff, I'm like relatable, funny, relatable, shit like that. So they would say. This one.
Let's just jump into it.
Let's jump into Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The good version with my arch nemesis. We'll get into that in a bit. So we start off with the character Charlie Bucket. His last name is Bucket. Okay, I don't know how you get that last name. Aren't last names, because like my last name is Schwegler, and that's German for flute player. So it's easy to assume that I have always been a poor musician in every life, in my life. So I don't know where you get the last name Bucket from, but apparently it's because they're the poorest family in the entire city. Is it London? I don't know. I feel like it's London. That makes the most sense. And also, Gene Wilder has an American accent. So there's accents are a little off, but some characters from America, surprisingly, all the chocolate, golden ticket winners were white too. I didn't want to bring that up, but I guess I just did. He is the poor paper boy, and we're gonna get into more of it. But he loves candy, and a weird thing that you don't think about is like the sugar industry really took control of the world, and so it's just like, oh, if I want candy, I could probably just like look around my house and find some. Where back in the day, I talked to my mom, like, so it was like candy, chocolate, sugar, all that stuff. Was that like more, did you not get that as much when you were a kid? You just ask any older person, and they're like, yeah, we didn't get it as much. And then now our generation is like all sugar, everything's just candy nowadays. It's just straight up just candy. So like it was a different time back. They didn't have cell phones. How would they have done this? How would they have done this sweepstakes in 2024? They would have just had no winners. Like, just be like, everyone buy chocolate or whatever. He passed by like Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. This is the beginning of the movie, so we're like, oh, let's get introduced to our main characters. And so you got some fucking. It says a tinkerer. That's what my notes say. A tinkerer was like, told him the backstory of Wonka's little factory. The background that we all needed to know, where it was like, hey, he closed off the factory. No one knows what goes on in there, but they do make chocolate. And I'm like, okay, someone's going to have to go in there and get the chocolate shipments. There's a whole bunch of shit that has to go down to have a business. You can't be like completely hidden from the world. You can have, and the security of that place was okay, because like you would die. Everyone just dies when they walk in there anyway. So I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But then we get to Charlie's bedridden Grandpa Joe, who is the worst human being to ever. My arch nemesis. I know the actor died in like the 80s. I looked it up because I don't like his face. Why do I not like his face? Because he was such a good actor. That is something like, you're a good actor when people hate you. Like, people just fucking hate you. You're just like, I guess he's a good actor. I guess because I fucking hate him. Like, he's so good at his part. You're just like, I just fucking hate the guy. So I fucking hate Grandpa Joe, and he's just like. Oh yeah, so what was Grandpa Joe? What of his fucking whatever he says, and surprisingly, it's true. But Grandpa Joe is a drug addict. Not the good kind. Not the ones that are fun. The bad kind that make your life worse. You know how there's like some drug addicts and there's like, oh, you make things worse for me. That's the kind of drug addict Grandpa Joe is. Oh yeah, at one point he was just like, Charlie, thank you for getting my tobacco, but I don't need it. I'm trying to quit. And then they get it from anyways. I'm like, of course he's smoking still. He's bedridden, but he's physically fit. You know, I don't know what the other fucking people in that fucking bed are. You gotta guarantee that house smells like fucking shit. Dude, you can't tell me I sleep in my bed. And I think my bed gets kind of smelly after a couple days because I'm sleeping on it and it soaks into the sheets and shit like that. You know, I can't imagine they're washing that bed. Like, how are they supposed to? You're like, all right, guys, get up. We got to take the sheets off to wash them. You know, you think anyone else in that bed but Grandpa Joe is gonna be able? Grandpa Joe gets up first, like, oh, I'm so tired. It hurts and shit. Like, fuck you, Grandpa Joe, and fuck you. You're eating your goddamn cabbage soup. You should be fucking supporting your goddamn family, dude. Your son, I don't know if it was your son or that's your daughter or whatever. Also, I feel like there's a reason to say, since in the book, Charlie's dad's alive and works, has a job and shit. But in like this movie, his dad's dead for some reason. I don't know why they decided that. And you know, they're all eating their goddamn cabbage water. I think it's just called cabbage soup or some bullshit like that. And it's just like Charlie's skinny as any can be. No, he has none of them back teeth either, too. Like, they're just fucking little points and shit like that. If you look at the picture, you know. I don't even know where I'm at. I'm just complaining about Grandpa Joe. I just fucking hate that guy. Fuck that guy, dude. Like, what? Like, seriously? Seriously, you're just gonna be a burden to other people when you're fine, you know? I don't know. Well, no. Back to what I was trying to say, though. You know, if my dad's parents were still alive, and they were bedridden, and also in my house, you know, at some point I have to be like, where is that goddamn Social Security check? Because I'm taking your money from it. If you're just going to lay in a bed in the living room and stink up the place, I'm taking your money. You know what? Like, what are you going to like fucking stand up to me? Are you going to call the cops? Who do you think they're going to believe? The person who's walking or the person who is bedridden? You know? Just saying. Let's move on. All right, so Wonka announces he put 5 golden tickets into 5 chocolate bars. And we'll get to the reasoning why he did this later. But yeah. Basically, half the movie is literally just like, who's getting the golden ticket? You know, if you watch it I used to watch it on TV all the time, and they condensed this part, which they should have, because there's a lot of just fucking stupid shit going on here, like half-attempted jokes that did not go through well. I don't think I've ever watched this movie not be like just like aired on TV or wherever, you know. Like I've never watched like the actual feature-length film, but it was split up into like a mini-series too, if I remember correctly. If I remember history correctly. So after the 5 golden tickets, we get all the winners of here. Let's look at all the winners. First we got Augustus Gloop. You know, you hear the last name Gloop and you're like, I bet that's a fucking fat piece of shit kid. And you're right, it's just a kid who eats a lot, and that's how he got the fucking chocolate bar. It's because he ate a lot. And you're like, I guess, you know, it's a numbers game at that point. If you're fat and you want to win in a contest where you have to eat food to win a prize, I think that's, you know, he wins. You know, I don't know if he should have been the first one to die, but you never know. Then we got Veruca Salt, who has a rich dad, and basically how they rigged the system. I don't think, you know, he bought cases upon cases upon cases of Wonka chocolate bars and just had his employees just look through all of them, trying to see if they could find the one with the, the golden ticket. And that's how they found it. Which I feel, I don't think we want to say that counts. But I guess it does. It's kind of a bitch, though. And then, and then they're like, then the two Americans. Okay. We got Violet Beauregard, who she chews gum a lot. I think she's just Violet, I feel like her dad needs to be like, hey, quit being a little piece of shit. But I feel like out of all the kids, I think she's, minus Charlie. Charlie's like supposed to be like pure of heart. Even though he's going to have he probably had a lot of goddamn therapy when he was an adult. Or needs a lot of goddamn therapy, And then, so Violet, she chews gum all the time. That's like literally barely important to the story. And it's just like, she does that. Like, cool. The other character is Mike TV. Teevee. Mike TV. Guess what he's obsessed with? Television. Because his name is TV. Funny fucking shit with that. He's obsessed with TV. Like watching television and shit like that. So, and there's always a sinister man looking over them. Which is weird. It's the guy who's supposed to be Slugsworth, but it's not Slugsworth. And also, who's buying fucking Slugsworth? Have some Slugworth candy. Like, no, I'm not gonna. If your last name is Slugworth, don't get into making candy. Because no one's gonna eat that shit. Then they're like, oh, this guy in Africa got the fifth golden ticket. Oh, in Paraguay. And then I knew it was fake from the beginning. Because I can't imagine people in Paraguay are able to buy. Like, if Charlie lives in the United Kingdom, England, London, I assume, and he's poor over there. If Charlie's poor, I can't imagine how poor the Paraguay people are. So clearly it's a hoax, but everyone's fucking stupid in this movie for some reason. Charlie loses hope, then finds money, and then eventually buys a Wonka bar. And what do you know? He learns both in the span of a couple minutes. He learns that, the guy from Paraguay was lying because they don't have food in Paraguay. I can't imagine they have food. I'm saying of every country out there, Paraguay does not have food. I can't imagine Paraguay has food. So I'm just putting that point out there. Then Charlie gets the golden ticket. He runs straight home, but not running into Slugsworth. He's just like, get me that everlasting gobstopper. Though it is a trap. It is a trap, but, it's just, it's how it is. Grandpa Joy, Charlie gets home. He's like just excited out of his goddamn mind. And like he got the golden ticket. That Grandpa Joe is no longer, somehow Grandpa Joe is fine. He pretend, like when someone offers to buy you something like a meal or coffee or whatever, and you know how you do the whole thing where you're just like, no, I can get it. Don't get it for me. I'll get it for myself. And then they fight back and you're like, oh, well, I guess it's because like you need to be like, I'll pay for myself, because it's like, you need to let them know that like, when they do get it for you, they appreciate it. And also like, hey, I don't need this, but but it's just, I don't know, for some reason, it's the right thing to do, just to be like, pretend that you're insisting on paying, but after they say, it's like, no, I insist, I'm like, that's when I stop. Some people keep fighting. That's when I stop. I try once and then I stop, what else fucking, so they get to the factory and then we finally get to see Gene Wilder, who plays Wonka, who is a man out of his goddamn mind. For real, he's just out of his goddamn mind. He's first walking out like being crippled, and then he does a fucking somersault or whatever, and he's like, ah, and he's doing all this fucking goofy ass shit. He's doing goofy ass shit. He's just like, oh, I guess we have to come back the way we came. And then it's just like, wait a minute. Everyone's like, wait a minute, how do we get out? And I'm like, everyone should, after that moment, after I know that, like, oh, we have to go on this tour, we're fucked. I'm like, god damn, and I would have been like, scared for my goddamn life. I'm like, we're not touching fucking shit. If I was the dad, I'd be like, you better not be fucking touching anything, you goddamn piece of shit. Like, we're gonna get out of here a lot. I'm not gonna hear the end of this from your mother if you bring this up. And so, eventually, they eventually get into the, the little park area. And he's like, come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. And who knew Gene Wilder could sing? I guess everyone had to. If you were an actor back then, you had to be able to sing, I guess, because they're just like, it's theater, because like, because I know like the people who can sing do better in getting roles on like, plays and musicals and shit versus like, he sings his gay little song. Oh yeah, then Augustus Gloop, I guess, falls into the fucking chocolate pond, and then he gets sucked into the little pipe thing, and then gets fucking shot out of there. And the mom's, I feel like this one, I'm just saying, like, everything's edible in here, and then the kid starts drinking the chocolate from the river, and then he falls in the river and then almost dies. I'm like, this one's on Wonka. That one's on Wonka. Okay, Augustus, that one's on Wonka. It'd be like, you don't invite a fat kid into your child. Life advice for everyone out there, but if you own a chocolate factory, do not invite the fattest kid alive to come to your chocolate factory. He will drink out of your chocolate river, and he will almost drown in your chocolate river. Just saying, this one was Wonka's fault. Like, he could have tried to, like, there were plenty of opportunities to help this kid, too. Like, before he died, but he just died. I'm like, Wonka, I gotta tell you something, bud. That is, there's something in business where, I've seen a comedian start to, like, belittle and be mean to his fans and stuff like that. And then he lost a bunch of fans, and he was like, why did I lose a bunch of fans? I'm like, oh, yeah, I can't be dicks to the people who give me money. And I think that happens with Augustus Gloop. And then the Oompa Loompas sing a gay little song, then we move on. Just gay song, gay little song. Next scene. We got the everlasting gobstopper with the symbol E. Oh, yeah. And so, so we get some more the eliminations, like the kids. It is weird. Like, you get eliminated and, like, you were like, are they dead? Question mark. We don't know. We don't know if they died. That's the best part. I don't even think in, like, the Tim Burton movie we confirmed if they died or not. We're just like, alive? Question mark. I don't know. Don't ask me this shit. He's only liable for everyone in that building. He's just the owner of the goddamn company. So yeah. Talk about Augustus falling in the fucking river. Violet turns violet. I always thought that was the joke here. She turns violet because she turns into a blue bear, which violet is purplish blue, right? Am I right here? Purple's a cool color. Oh wait, no, violet. No, she chews the prototype gum because she's like, I chew gum for a living and I beat this little bitch at back home. Shit like that. You know how little girls talk and shit like that. Funny enough, I don't think Violet was definitely not the worst one. She did get lucky. I feel like Violet is just her dad. I don't know about her mom situation. I don't know. She may need a more strict parental figure. I hope she's fine. I hope Violet turned out fine. If any of the kids could have survived, I think Violet deserved it because they were just like, oh, gum. I like gum. Like, they kind of baited her into that one. Maybe she's okay too. But then, I guess there's the fizzy lifting drink that Grandpa Joe tricked Charlie into. I'm like, God damn it, Grandpa Joe. For fuck's sake. This is a goddamn test to see who wins an entire goddamn Fortune 500. Am I saying that right? Fortune 500 company. Is that correct? Am I correct? I don't know. He drinks a fizzy lifting drink, but luckily Grandpa Joe just fucking burps, and he's like, oh, I guess that's the reason why. I'm like, hey, Grandpa Joe, you're in public. Maybe don't fucking burp all the time and shit like that. So that scene really was out of nowhere, literally just for the ending of the movie. That also gets resolved very quickly. Who else do we got? Then we get, who's left after that? So, oh yeah, Veruca. After the gold, she wanted a golden goose. She sang a little song about how she wants a golden goose, and then stood up on their good eggs or bad egg list. and died. I guarantee Veruca died. And then her dad jumped in the same hole. He's dead too, by the way. Veruca can die. She was a little... She was fucking annoying. So, fuck you, Veruca. I'm glad you're dead. And then eventually we go into like... This random doesn't... Because everything up to this point, like the whole chocolate river, his excuse was it's the best way to mix chocolate. Okay. And then let's look at the gum. So the gum was like, oh, it's a whole meal all in one. It's a cool little invention. Cool. Stuff like that. Then we get, and then, good eggs, bad eggs. I'm like, oh, Easter candy, yada, 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 chocolate eggs, blah, blah, blah. That makes sense. Veruca dies there. Then we get to Mike TV's death. Well, actually, he doesn't die. He just gets small. So he actually probably confirmed alive. But he might have, like the movie Downsized. If you've seen that movie, I haven't. But if you did, yeah, that one's for you. Oh, yeah, so Mike, they were like, oh, yeah, I wanted to put chocolate in TV. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? Like, these are elaborate setups for every child to kill them. Like, it sounds... After that point, it's like, I think you're trying to murder these children. Like, you know exactly what they love. Candy, the first one was not going to be hard to kill that kid. Gum, like, you made a gum. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Veruca was actually probably lucky. You did not guess that one. And then this one, you clearly guessed them. Like, you were intentionally trying to murder. Because, like, I'm trying to figure out, what's the point of having a giant-ass chocolate bar shrunk down into a normal-sized chocolate bar? Unless, like, your logic is, like, it's bigger flavor, which I don't even know if that would... Actually, I mean, that could work, but... when, like, you overdo something... Like, have you ever put too much cheese on something? It sounds sacrilegious saying that, but... It is possible to put too much cheese on someone where it's just mostly cheese and you're not getting the protein you need, et cetera, But yeah, so that's how all the kids die. We get to the end of the tour. Wonka's like, I guess you guys can go home now. And then he's just like, and Grandpa's like, where's my goddamn Life Supply chocolate? And he's like, I know you guys fucking went into the fizzy drinking lifting room. Now I have to fucking clean that shit. Fuck you guys. Get out of my sight. And then Charlie gives him the everlasting gobstopper that he was told, I was told that if he gave it to Slugsworth, then he'd make like $10,000. But he gave it back to Wonka because he's just like, I want to be because I'm like the only good person in this entire fucking movie. And then Wonka's like, have my entire company. And they jump in a glass elevator and they fly out into outer space. Now, I kind of know what happens in the second book. And I know they don't immediately come back down, land, help Charlie's family pack and shit. Like, there's a whole ass extra story going on here that they did not want made into a movie because Roald Dahl hated the first one so much. And, that's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. A lot of cool stuff, in this movie. It's obviously, Gene Wilder, it's a classic. It's a classic movie. When people say they don't like it, like, I get why Roald Dahl doesn't like it because, like, he wrote the original story. And it's similar to The Shining in that sense, where I think The Shining, the Kubrick version, is a good movie, but if you're going to compare it to book adaptations, it's not a good book adaptation. That's kind of my viewpoint of it, is like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is a good movie, but it is not a good book adaptation. It did not adapt the book very well into a movie, like getting the story beats right and wrong, Which, it's weird because the fifth Harry Potter book, Order of the Phoenix, it's not the best book, and even J.K. Rowling has talked about how she wished she would have cut some things. But I think Order of the Phoenix is the best Harry Potter movie because of just how they made the movie. So there's that. Roald Dahl, there is a meaning to this story, but Roald Dahl was a cool guy, but what he was a World War II veteran, but I think on the English side too. So on our side, the real side, the good side. But he does not like Jews. And here's the thing, though. He is a very intellectual man, but his thing is like, well, the Jews would have had to done something, the Holocaust doesn't just come out of nowhere. They had to have started it. I'm like, don't make that argument make sense to me. I was like, please do not do that, because I know you're wrong, but you are making a good point. But the meaning of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, whichever religion you want to subscribe to, is the idea that karma comes back for you. So, like, you could be a piece of shit, but what you put into the world comes back to you. And though karma probably doesn't exist that much, I like the idea of it, and I think it's a good thing. Put good into the world, you'll get good back. But put good into the world to put good into the world. Don't do it to try to get yourself a reward, Also, Grandpa Joe's a piece of shit. I don't want you guys leaving this episode without knowing he's a piece of shit. And yeah, he should. Of all of them, he should have died in the chalk. Dude, if I had the chance to remake that movie, here's what I would do. Fizzy lifting drinks, Grandpa Joe, head cut straight off. Straight off from that fucking fan, dude. And then Charlie burps and falls down, It's like, where's Grandpa Joe? I'm like, I don't know. So obviously, great movie. Drizly, the ultimate convenience for all your alcohol needs, delivered right to your doorstep. Tired of making last-minute trips to the liquor store or dealing with crowded aisles and long checkout lines? With Drizly, your favorite drinks are just a few taps away, making your alcohol shopping experience easier and more enjoyable than ever before. Drizly brings the liquor store to you, offering an extensive selection of beer, wine, spirits, and more. Browse their vast catalog of top-quality brands, local favorites, and specialty beverages, all conveniently organized on their user-friendly app or website. With Drizly, there's no need to leave the comfort of your home. Simply choose your favorite drinks, place your order, and let their reliable delivery partners handle the rest. Whether you're hosting a party, relaxing after a long day, or simply stocking up for the weekend, Drizly ensures that your drinks are delivered promptly and securely. But Drizly isn't just about convenience, it's about choice. Discover new flavors, explore unique craft brews, or find the perfect bottle of wine to complement your meal. With Drizly's vast selection, you have the freedom to choose exactly what you want when you want it. Worried about the hassle of age verification? Drizly has you covered. Their delivery partners are trained to ensure responsible alcohol delivery, making sure that only those of legal drinking age receive their orders. Your safety and the safety of your community is their top priority. Join the millions of satisfied customers who have already embraced the convenience and simplicity of Drizly. Say goodbye to the hassle of traditional alcohol shopping and hello to the ease of having your favorite drinks delivered to your doorstep. That's not all. Using our link in the description gives you $5 off your first order, which can greatly enhance your night, if you know what I'm saying. Ready to elevate your drinking experience? Download the Drizly app or visit our website today and experience the future of alcohol shopping. Cheers to a new way of enjoying your favorite drinks with Drizly. And remember, when you use our links, you directly support this show. Honey, your ultimate online shopping companion that saves you time and money effortlessly. Are you tired of endlessly searching for coupon codes or missing out on the best deals when shopping online? Say goodbye to those frustrations and hello to Honey, the free browser extension that revolutionizes your online shopping experience. Honey is your personal shopping assistant that automatically finds and applies the best coupon codes at checkout, helping you save money with just a few clicks. No more wasted time scouring the internet for discounts. Honey does the work for you, ensuring you never miss out on a great deal again. But Honey doesn't stop at coupon codes. It goes the extra mile to ensure you get the best price possible. With Honey's innovative price history feature, you can track the price changes of your favorite products over time. This means you'll always know if you're getting the best deal or if it's better to wait for a price drop. And the best part, Honey works seamlessly with over 30,000 online retailers, including popular brands across fashion, tech, home goods, and more. Whether you're shopping for a new wardrobe, upgrading your electronics, or sprucing up your living space, Honey has your back, ensuring you get the best value for your money. Worried about privacy and security? Rest assured, Honey is committed to protecting your personal information. They never sell or share your data, and their browser extension is designed with top-notch security measures to keep your online shopping experience safe and secure. Join the millions of satisfied users like me who have Already save millions of dollars with Honey. Download the Honey browser extension today and unlock a world of savings every time you shop online. Don't miss out on an incredible deal and the chance to save money effortlessly. Experience the power of Honey and take your online shopping to a whole new level. Honey, the sweetest way to shop online. And remember, when you use our links, you directly support this show.
Oh no! Our table!
It is time for Oh No, Our Table. The part of the podcast where I just answer questions and give you advice. So,
let's just jump into it.
All right, here we go. If I'm giving a guy head, where do I spit out the cum?
What?
There we go. I mean this in regards to if I'm indoors or somewhere, I can't spit it on the bed or on the floor. Are you supposed to get up and run to a wastebasket? But if there's the case, would you make you look cringe? Like, where do I spit it? Huh. I mean, I just like how you started your questions off. It's like, in regards to if I'm like indoors or something, I'm like, okay, I'm like, oh, none of us were thinking like you were fucking outdoors or you're fucking sucking dick outdoors. If you are, cool. I actually think you're cool. Aren't we all thinking the answer here? We're all thinking the same answer here, right? The answer is swallow it, you know? Now, as someone who will say, like, yeah, you should probably just fucking swallow that shit, I also kind of want to say, though, like, I actually don't know if, like, what cum tastes like. I know, apparently,
Because apparently...
So, apparently your diet does mean a lot about what your cum tastes like. I've not done any of these experiments. I am hearing these... I want to say I read them in a book, but I actually heard them on like podcasts, so I don't know if they count. But these come from porn stars, and to be honest with you, if anyone's eating a lot of cum, it is definitely a porn star. Like, it's porn. Well, no, number one in regards to cum consumption would go to the lot lizards, which, if you're not a trucker or a touring musician, you do not know what that is. And just be happy with that. Second place for who swallows the most cum is porn. Sex work. I'll just put sex workers. You know, sex workers are second to only lot lizards. And yeah, well, like you hear the rumors pineapple helps, and apparently probably does, but it is weird because I've not gotten a ton of good answers on what makes cum taste good. I think I Googled it once, and it's like alcohol makes your cum taste bad. I'm like, okay, I'm out. Weed makes your cum taste bad. I'm like, I guess I'm okay. Already still out. If you eat a lot of protein, that makes your cum taste bad. I'm like, okay, is there anything in my life that makes my cum taste? I can't imagine my cum tastes good. You know, I can't imagine it tastes good. I've heard like some chicks talk about like, yeah, blew a guy and his like cum tasted like battery acid. I'm like, God damn, what do you eat? You know, when you learn it's like your diet thing, like what the fuck do you eat that makes your cum taste like battery acid, you know? Like, you never think, fellas don't think about, I mean, I guess sometimes we think about like, what should I consume before busting nuts in a woman's mouth, you know? And some guys will be like, I guess pineapple juice works, but I don't know. Let me answer your question, though. Try swallowing it first. You know, I know it's not fun, but, you know, if you want, okay, ladies. I'm not saying that you should do this for every man, but I will tell you, if you want a fella to like you, okay, never mind, it was just the wind. If you want a fella to like you, swallow his nut. He will love you. Or if you eat his ass, one of the two will work. My husband prefers porn over me. What could be the reason? Experiencing a sudden decline in intimacy after marriage, within 3 months, our sexual activity has significantly decreased, with me initiating most encounters and facing rejection. Despite his claims of low interest due to creatine and pre-workout supplements, he consistently watches porn and scandal videos. What the fuck are scandal videos? I maintain my physical fitness and we share a loving and fun relationship, but the lack of intimacy remains a concern. Seeking advice on how to navigate the situation and understand the underlying issues. So you are in a good reason. So the obvious answer is you should have a conversation with him. But that's not what this show is about. This show is about finding answers to questions you don't want to ask. So ask the actual person. So let me help you out. So his actual sexual activity has decreased, but the amount of nuts busted remains the same. So ladies, if you don't know, this is boy math right here. We're going to go into boy math. Whereas when you're in a monogamous relationship, there's a certain amount of nuts you need to bust. Like there's some manual nuts you need to bust on your own, and then there's certain nuts you need to bust with someone. And what I'm thinking is here, your husband is preferring to bust his nuts to porn over you, and you've been married for 3 months. Couple questions I do have. I would ask, what is the porn he's looking at too? Like, just think about it. Is it just normal porn? We're getting into some dangerous territory here because I am not going to be the reason a woman has like body dysmorphia. I don't want to be that reason. But what do the women in the porn look like? Is it like, are they different? Kind of different? Are they similar to you? Are they different? How different are they from you? And even then, though, it's like, I love my wife, but sometimes I wish I was fucking another chick, but I don't want to cheat on him. A good guy wouldn't cheat on his wife. So, you have stuff like that. I'm curious about the creatine and pre-workout, though. Part of me thinks that's gay. I don't know. When you wrote that down, I was like, is he gay? That was like my first one. But like, you didn't put anything in regards to him, like he likes gay porn over me. And I'm like, y'all know, if someone's choosing gay porn over me, like we all know the answer to that question. Don't be asking me questions like, hey, my boyfriend looks at gay porn and I can't get him to stop. What should I do? I'm like, what you can do is get him a guy to fuck and leave him. That's what you can do. Find someone who cares about you. There are more men than women out there. So, like, ladies, I don't know why you're going for the gays, But yeah, at the end of it, yeah, it is curious. My best suggestion would be is to spontaneously suck his dick. And that way you get him hard and then he has to fuck you. Because, ladies, not all blowjobs have to be to completion. Preferably, if you've watched any porn ever, the woman starts sucking and then she gets plowed, And so, it's similar to the blue balls argument. It's like, don't start something you're not willing to finish, I think in your situation, what I would tell you is start something that you are willing to finish. Told you I'm right. What is the greatest conspiracy theory of all time? All right. I have it right here in my brain. And I'm willing to tell you, tell some of you.
This is America, you dumb son of a bitch, okay?
And I'm telling you right now, the greatest conspiracy of our time is the fact that Miley Cyrus is Hannah Montana. Shocks. I know. Conspiracy theory, some people would say it was confirmed. Others are still in questions about it. But it is true, though Hannah Montana has not been around for a very, very, very long time. I do feel that my conspiracy theory that Miley Cyrus is Hannah Montana holds a lot of grounds. And if you want to look at, there was a Hannah Montana album, there was like Hannah Montana, and then there was like a B-side to the album. It was like Meet Miley Cyrus. And, you know, obviously Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus are different, supposedly are different people. But why would they release that album, around the same time? Very suspicious, And, yeah, I don't know. Like, look at their facial features, too. Like, have you seen Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana put side by side? Their faces are literally identical. It's almost as if Miley Cyrus is just, all she's doing is just putting on a blonde wig. And we're all in this situation. We're like, holy shit, that's Hannah Montana. Really? It's Miley Cyrus. In a wig all along, back when Miley had brunette hair, now she's a blonde. And it's like, we get it, you're not Hannah Montana, but like the blonde is not helping, she doesn't have the Hannah Montana blonde hair, but she has blonde hair, and like we get, it's a good cover up, Miley, but we all know Miley Cyrus, you are Hannah Montana. Stop trying to hide it from people, and I think it's just a good time in your life to confess that you are, because like at the end of the day, Miley, what's going to happen? If you tell people you're Hannah Montana, what's going to happen? Hannah Montana hasn't released music in forever. People are going to be like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that. And then they look back on that and they're like, wow, that was really Miley Cyrus the whole time. It wasn't really Hannah Montana, the actress, or actress / TV star, it's crazy. Like, you think I'm sounding crazy right now, but really, I think there's so much more shit into this that some of you don't even understand. Just Google, is Miley Cyrus Hannah Montana? And like Google basically confirms that she is. So there is some crazy fucking shit, in this world. Like, I don't believe in a lot of conspiracies. We all know conspiracies are dumb, because we know aliens exist. We got proof of that shit. Like, they're not having fucking, unless they're distracting us from someone else. I'm like, yeah, aliens exist, How much, are they involved in our government? I don't know. Is Miley Cyrus Hannah Montana? I'm like, yeah, we all know that's 100% true. So, we live in a crazy world, folks. The world is crazy. If you didn't need to work to get anything, would you still work? Good question there. Work to get anything. Like, that's obviously a little bit more something I question. Like, so you just have, like, not necessarily you're rich, but, like, you kind of have, like, my idea is, like, a debit / credit card that just is always approved, Like, transactions always go through, Like, that's what I think. And that's a real thing with, for me, and especially when you're going for an artistic endeavor, because would you still work? Like, okay, like random day jobs, I've had to work in my life. I'm like, no, I'd definitely not be doing that. But, I like teaching. I like playing music. I like recording and stuff like that. So I definitely, when money is not a problem, if / when / if, I don't know what I'm fucking doing. Like money is not a problem, I'd probably still be doing music. I'd still be trying to record and. That recording wise though would probably be like, hey, I'm running some fucking bitchin' equipment, and I don't even know, like, because I like my setup right now. It's like the worst thing about my recording setup to me is, I would say, is just the actual building. I have my current space in. It's just some adjustments I'd rather make there. So if work, I wouldn't do like a job I didn't like to make money, but I'd probably still do this podcast. I'd still, and this podcast would probably be a little bit easier because you're not worried about sponsors or YouTube and shit like that. You're just like, I'm going to make a show, throw it out, yada, yada, yada. And if I have actual money too, I'm going to send the video files out to someone. They're going to deal with it. They're going to fucking handle everything. And and all that shit. Technically I would still work, but it would always be like yeah, I don't do things I don't want to do, you know? And I mean, that's how I'm trying to set up my life right now, is just to be like, there's things I do want to do and things I don't want to do. How do I push my life in the direction of only doing things I want to do, you know, and less, because you're always gonna have things you don't want to do. Like, no matter how good my music career gets, it's like, oh, you have to wake up at 5 a.m. for a radio interview, and you're like, I hate waking up. I don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. But you know, you're still gonna have shit like that, no matter what you ever want to do in life. You know, it's just the idea of like, hey, at least I get to do this. You know, I'm so happy I get to do this and shit like that. So, like, though I had to wake up at 5 a.m., I'm thankful. You know, change that. So, you know. Would I work? I mean, I'd still do music and podcasts and everything. I just do things I want to do. I mean, that's the end of the day, is what I'm trying to build my life around, is that kind of thing, you know? So,
Cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff.
the guy I am seeing says God talks to him through his notes app. After a few dates, he shared that he believes God speaks to him through his notes app. It's odd, and I'm unsure if it's the start of a delusional behavior. Saying goodbye to a decent guy is tough, but I'm hesitant in pursuing a relationship with someone who genuinely believes in this. Should I end it or bring up the conversation again when we're both sober? I'm conflicted, and my friends are tired of hearing about it. Your friends are tired of hearing about it? Okay. You should talk to your friends. Just get their opinion too. Do not ask a guy on the internet about these problems. You know, when you don't end it with, and my friends are tired of hearing about it. I'm like, okay, so you have friends. I'm like, why are you asking a guy? You know, you're just like, you're a real person, Schweezy. I know it. I'm like, but I'm also a guy on the internet. So I am a real person, but I am also someone on the internet. So I'm a real person, but I'm also someone on the internet. So, I don't know what his fucking... So, you know, let me go about this as if I'm friends. If one of my friends told me, I'm gonna put it in that perspective, because as a guy I don't know, I'm just like, this dude is fucking out of his mind. Get out of it, because why is God... He's typing on his fucking notes app and he's pretending it's God. You know, that's my mind, but I also want to go over this perspective that you care about this person. And, you know, I don't know, like, it's with that mindset of like, oh, this is a person you care about, which is not how I usually answer these questions. I usually answer questions with, I don't know this person, so I got to be brutally honest. But, so... Because I have friends, at least back in my Christian day, say they've had weird experiences with demons and stuff like that. And as much as now I want to poke holes in all their stories, there is part of me that knows that, like, this person isn't kind of that fucking weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Like, who just makes up shit and sees weird shit, you know? It's like you meet people and, like, they're very dead on, like, you know, they're serious about it and stuff like that, which, you know, it's something I'm like, oh, you're my friend, you believe this is serious, I want to respect that word. I think it's a little bit of sleep paralysis, but I don't, like I said, I'm a musician who was traumatized by evangelical Christianity, so I'm a little, you know, I can be in a weird spot here. I think it all comes down to this. The advice I want to give you is that, do you believe him? Because if you believe him, then you believe him, you know? And, you know, it's like, I don't know the guy. You know, the world is a weird place, so I'll let you believe him. But if you don't believe him and you think he's being weird and making up shit, you know, wait a minute. Are you dating Mike Bickle? Are you dating Mike Bickle? I'm going to tell you right now, if you're listening to the show and you're the one who wrote this question, I do want to ask, if you're dating Mike Bickle, I'm going to tell you right now. I know a lot about that guy, and I'm going to tell you, do not Do not let him touch you. Do not even let him shake your hand. That guy is gross. So, yeah. So it really comes down to, do you believe that God speaks to him through his notes app, or do you don't? What are your current religious beliefs? Because I'm very, even if I did still believe in God, I would be skeptical, being like, God speaks to me through my notes app. And then he's like, here's what God sent me. And I'm like, you could have probably easily just wrote this shit down and are trying to fool me, So in my now, whatever you want to call me, version of agnostic, I would say this guy is making shit up and he is delusional. For your own sanity, I would say drop him, because the baggage is not something you want to handle. For those of you who do believe in God and think like maybe he probably wants something out of this, and that's why he would be so open and honest about it. For the most part, I will say though, like my friends who I genuinely do think had like a very godly experience in their life, I will say though, they don't say ridiculous goddamn nonsense. It's very like, God told me I needed to, like, God. It's always like something very simple, like what God tells them to do. Not something like you're gonna help bring in Mike Bickle. You're going to help me bring in the next John the Baptist. So assault a bunch of women, because that's what you're going to need to do to get this thing off the ground. Just fucking shit like that. But in my honest opinion, though, I think anyone who's saying God spoke to me, I'm like, you're making up shit. Because when I used to think God spoke to me, it was probably a little bit of my gut being like, you need to make this life decision, and be like, that's how it is. When I first met my girlfriend, she was 120 pounds, and now she's well over 240 pounds. God damn, that's 120 pounds. How do I stop her from keeping overeating? I don't know if that was a right sentence. No, I think it's telling me it's not. Her belly's overhanging too much. She can't walk upstairs fast anymore. Always out of breath. Keeps pushing the date. We both go to the gym. I go alone. And it's really eating at me because she just gorges herself with junk food, and I love her. But IDK, if we can be still together with her constantly eating food and being lazy. That is true. I mean, you make a good argument. However, I would like to ask the question, though I'm not getting an answer right now. How much weight have you gained in this time? Because like, she was 120 pounds, now she's 240, which 120 pounds is a lot of weight, FYI, folks. In case you didn't know that, it's a lot of weight. But yeah, I'm very curious about your weight gain. You say you go to the gym, so I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt here in regards to answering your question, that you've been maintaining your health, but she has not. She's gotten lazy. And I got to tell you, fellas, I've seen so many women get married, like work so hard their entire life to look good in their wedding dress, and then they become a cow. Right after that, you're just like, remember when you used to be hot, and now you're just like a fat cow with like 5 kids and they all suck. Life used to be cool, and now your life's not cool anymore, It is funny how fast people go from like, wedding dress, I'm pretty, to I'm a fat fucking mom, Yeah, but I do want to say something similar here, like, I don't know, it's hard to like understand someone, because if it was like because the idea I think of is like, she always tried to maintain like a good health, but then she started dating you, and then she just let it go, and I'm definitely in a mindset, I'm like, hey, I know we're a couple now, like, and obviously beauty standards are one thing, but like at the same time, like, let's try to look good for each other. That's a mindset I have, but I know it's different for everyone. But weight does sound like a very petty thing to be like break up with someone about, but like your partner does seem like she changed into a completely different person after she ate. 120 pounds is a lot of weight. I don't know if she's depressed or, I don't know what's going on. But I will tell you this. She will lose weight if you break up with her. I mean, yeah. The other, because like I think you go to the gym, so it's not like you're not willing to put in some work too, I think it's just definitely, there is no good way, because it's like if a woman withholds sex, it's kind of like a man. You can convince a man to change because of that, but like a man can't withhold sex from a woman and expect her to change. I don't know. But it's also, I think it's, at the end of the day, I think it's important, for you. Like, if you're very motivated, like, let's keep myself in shape type of person, and she's not, like, the relationship's not going to work out. So, you can break up with her, and that will motivate her to lose weight. So, at the end of the day, maybe that's going to be your best solution. Finally, our last question. Do you think most people feel lazy and lethargic to go to work in the morning? Do many people generally feel lazy and lethargic about going to work in the morning? As a guy in my mid-30s, I often struggle with tiredness and reluctance to get out of bed on work days, even though I enjoy my job. I find myself contemplating calling in sick just to continue sleeping on off days. I tend to sleep in late. I'm curious if this morning reluctance is common among others. I mean, I've had that when I've had to work jobs I generally hate, and like you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, fuck, I have to go into that goddamn fucking piece of shit workplace again. God damn it. And you're just like laying in bed and like, just, God, please just fucking end my life so I do not have to fucking go into work, And for me, like, that's just, now I'm looking back at that, now that I'm just forcing myself to kind of work for myself for the most part. It's kind of like, yeah, that wasn't a good way to be living my life, waking up to do a job that you hate, and then it's like, you don't even want to, like, quit. You can't even quit that job because you need the money so bad. It's just not a good way to generally do life. So, yeah. Do you enjoy your job? I'm questioning that. Like, because if you're having a hard time, because, like, I do substitute teaching, like, with music classes and stuff like that. And though, like, the night before, I'm like, fuck, why did I agree to this? And sometimes I'm like, why did I agree to wake up this early? But, like, I'm still able to get myself out of bed and get going, But, I'm just, I think that's just tired. But sometimes you're just like, I don't want to fucking do this. Realize, do you hate your job? Do you hate your life? Because, like, when I wake up and I don't want to be around, it's because I'm depressed and I hate my life. So it sounds like you have a little bit of depression. And you might benefit from a therapist, but like you also seem like you're somewhat okay at the same time. So maybe pick your poison, That's the best way to deal with it. And with all that being said, thank God we finally finished this episode of Cams with Schweezy, known as the Lord's trademark favorite podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Social media is at TheSchweezy. My music is under Schweezy as well, wherever you stream music at as well. We got Patreon, Cash App, PayPal, all great ways to support the show and say thank you for being a friend. But don't forget all the free shit you can do. Subscribe to the show on YouTube or wherever you're listening, but especially on YouTube. Leave us a comment over on YouTube as well, and make sure you're liking all the segments and all the fucking bullshit we post over there on YouTube as well. And if you're an audio listener, give us a 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1-star rating and leave us a review. I'll give you a butt drugs and stay awesome. Believe it or not, Schweg isn't at home. Please leave a message at the beep. I must be out or I'd pick up the phone. Where could I be? Believe it or not, I'm not home. Thank you for tuning in to Cancel Schweezy, the Lord's trademark favorite podcast, and joining me on this incredible journey. I hope you've enjoyed the valuable insights and engaging discussion I brought to your ears. To ensure you never miss an episode, hit that subscribe button now. By subscribing, you'll receive automatic updates whenever we release new content, keeping you in the loop with the latest episodes and topics. Subscribing not only guarantees that you'll never miss a beat, but also helps support our show. Your subscription plays a crucial role in helping us continue to bring you high quality content and maintain our podcast growth. So whether you're listening on your favorite podcast platform or watching our YouTube channel, take a moment to click that subscribe button. Join our community of passionate listeners and be part of the journey. Personally, I appreciate your support, and together, we can make this podcast even better. So don't wait any longer. Hit that subscribe button now and stay connected with us. Thank you for being part of our podcast family.